Welcome to the match analysis of match number 32 of IPL 2025, MI versus SRH. This is going to be a very, very intense game. Both teams are coming into the match in steaming hot form. So let's wait and see who's going to come out on top. Let's start the analysis. The match will be played at Wankhede. The average first inning score on this pitch is 188. The average second inning score is 195, and the average winning score is 207 in the last 9 games. The team batting first have won 5 times, and the team batting second has won 4 times, which means there is really not too much of an advantage batting first or second, but I would still place my hopes on batting second because of the due factor that comes in the Wankhede. I think something that we'll really have to pay attention to is whether SRH bat first or bat second. Typically, the ball starts swinging a lot more when they're batting first. So if Mumbai win the toss, I fully expect them to bowl first, because if you can get Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma out early, there's a lot of advantage to Mumbai, because the middle order hasn't really fired and it can put a lot of pressure on them. Analyzing the phases, we can see that the first phase is a setting phase. The average score is about 54, so you want to be 54 for 1. You can't afford to lose a lot of wickets, because on Wankhede, the first 6 to 8 overs, the ball swings like crazy. It's going to swing from one end to another. For Mumbai, they have Deepak Chahar and Trent Bolt to give them the swing, and they'll be bowling to Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head. Typically, Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head have really taken on the bowlers with absolutely no mercy, and Ishan Kishan at 3 left-handed batsmen. Yes, they will pose a little bit of trouble to Trent Bolt, who's also a left-arm bowler, but the experience in the swing, Mumbai have a huge advantage in the first 6 to 8 overs, because these two genuine wicket-taking bowlers can really cause a lot of trouble for SRH, given that Deepak Chahar can swing the ball a lot, and so can Trent Bolt. Jasprit Bumrah, I don't really think he'll be brought on in the power play. They want to keep 3 overs for him in the end. And Hardik Pandya can also come in and swing the ball, which means SRH are in a lot of trouble. For Mumbai, it's Rohit Sharma and Ryan Rickelton will open the batting. And depending on when they get out, it'll either be Tilak Verma or Will Jacks at 3. They'll be facing off against Pat Cummins and Mohammad Shami in the power play, and maybe Hassan Malinga. But compared to Mumbai, this bowling attack looks really, really weak. And that's why I want to say Rohit Sharma is going to hit big today. Remember this, write this down. If you're playing fantasy, I would captain Rohit Sharma. He's well overdue for a big knock. I don't think dropping him would be correct or resting him would be correct, but he's long overdue. It's been a year since he's hit big in the IPL. And I really think he's going to hit big today, because Mohammad Shami is not the same Shami he used to be a couple of years ago. Pat Cummins has not really been in the best of bowling form, and typically his prowess is more have been in the death. Hassan Malinga, I'm not really convinced of him, because this is his first time in the IPL. He's relatively inexperienced, and I don't think they'll bring Harshal Patel in for the power play. SRH have a real lack of power play bowlers, unless Mohammad Shami becomes the Shami that he was in 2023 in Mumbai against New Zealand. I really don't think MI are really going to face any much of trouble. So MI can really go about 5 to 6 runs past that average score of 54 to maybe a 60 or a 62. So I expect MI to be about 62 for 1. So the power play, there's a huge advantage to MI. It's not a small edge. MI expect them to dominate the power play. To the middle overs, it's not really a very high scoring middle overs, but you need to keep the tempo going. You need to be hitting at around 8.5 to 9 runs an over. You need to score 72 for 2 in the middle overs. You can't afford to lose a lot of wickets, like we talked about in the first few overs. You can't afford to lose too many wickets in the middle overs, because that would mean you'd have to slow down. So who are going to be your tempo setting players through the middle overs? We have Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav for MI, and Namandir also might come in. And for SRH, it's going to be Heinrich Klaasen, Ishant Kishan, and Nitish Kumar Reddy. The batting looks a little bit weak through the middle overs, given that Heinrich Klaasen has not really been in great form, and neither has Nitish Kumar Reddy. Ishant Kishan is experienced on this pitch, so he knows how to get the most out of it. He's played 2 cycles for MI, and he's really shown a lot of great promise. He got off to a great start in the IPL this year. So Ishant Kishan is really only the major trouble for MI. MI will play Mitchell Santner and either Karan Sharma or Vignesh Puthur. Given that Karan Sharma did well against DC, I expect him to start, but don't be too surprised if Vignesh Puthur bowls. Karan Sharma is going to be your main wicket-taking spinner. Mitchell Santner will be the containing spinner. So how it works in Wankhede is that typically finger spinners have a better time bowling at Wankhede. That's why I think they picked Mitchell Santner in the auction too. And wrist spinners have a difficult time because the dew prevents a lot of the control that you need to get, and the pitch is not as sticky as it's supposed to be for a wrist spinner to do well. But Karan Sharma has played in Mumbai before. He's done well in Mumbai. I'm reminded of the 2018 IPL final where he bowled against SRH and picked up the wicket of Kane Williamson. That was a really good spell from Karan Sharma. And experience plays a key role. We saw Piyush Chawla do really well for MI in 2023. And yeah, there is evidence to suggest that leg spinners, wrist spinners have done well, but it's typically the finger spinners who have a much lower economy here. So Mitchell Santner is going to be really crucial. And how Ishant Kishan takes on Mitchell Santner, because Ishant Kishan and Heinrich Klaasen, because Ishant Kishan is seemingly their last left-handed batter, and Heinrich Klaasen is their main spin hitter. So it'll be very interesting to see how those matchups turn out. Maybe Bumrah bowls an over in the middle overs, and so does Hardik, but their impact is not going to be as much. It's just more of a containing job. You have to keep the tempo up if in Wankhede through the middle overs. You can't afford to go slow for a couple of overs, because then the pressure really racks on and you start losing wickets through this phase. Similarly for SRH, they don't really have a containing spinner. This is why I think they may go to Kamindu Mendes ahead of Ishan Malinga, but Kamindu Mendes again is not really a proper frontline spinner. Their main spinner is going to be Rahul Chahar, and you really need to have an extra spinner, I feel like, especially a finger spinner, if you want to keep the economy low. The kind of form that Surya Kumar Yadav and Tilak Verma have been in the last couple of games will mean that they can cause a lot of trouble for you through this phase if you don't have a proper containing spinner who can really stop the runs during this phase and put a little bit of pressure back on. Otherwise, I think maybe an over or two from Harshal Patel, who comes in and bowls defensive lines, is their only form of defense during this phase. So again, I would give an edge to MI, a pretty decent edge here. I don't think it's a slight edge. MI have a very good chance of coming out on top in this phase too. The last phase is the slogging phase, and the average score that's come out of this is 71, which is a huge number. Given that you're going at about 8.5 to 9 runs an over in the first two phases, 71 is a huge bump up from there. If you want to get to 190 or 200, this is really the phase that converts that. It's very rare that teams have made a lot of runs in the middle overs. The only exception is probably a game where they scored 109 in the middle overs, but teams have scored as low as 51, and the range is huge, and it really depends on the number of wickets you lose. The last phase, teams are very much capable of not hitting big. So one thing that's really important for this phase is the number of wickets you have in hand. The more number of wickets, the higher you can go past 71. So ideally, you want to be about 3 down, maybe 4 down if you have a deep batting order. But since neither of these two teams have a very deep batting order, unless SRH go for Comindo Mendes. It's going to be that you have to try and lose only 3 wickets for about 120 to 125 after 14 overs, so that you can really hit big. So there's no support to pace bowlers, there's no support to spinners. Typically, your death bowlers are going to get a lot of wickets, but they're going to go for a lot of runs. So who are going to be the big hitters for Mumbai? It's going to be Hardik Pandya and Naman Dheer, and maybe one batsman in Tilak Verma or Suryakumar Yadav. Mitchell Santner is also there as a backup. He's capable of hitting big, but he doesn't have the power of a big hitter. Then you have for SRH, you will have Heinrich Klaasen, Aniket Verma and Abhinav Manohar. Comparatively a little bit weaker, but they're still capable of causing a lot of damage. This kind of a formula in Mumbai doesn't really suit SRH as much, because SRH is a team that want to start hard, go hard, and then finish hard. In Mumbai, you have to start a little bit slowly, keep the tempo up through the middle overs, and then finish hard, which is not really something that SRH's tactics have really followed. SRH have not been adaptable when away from home, which means that they're really going to struggle on this pitch, especially given the fact that Abhinav Manohar hasn't really gotten going. Aniket Verma has shown form, and Heinrich Klaasen has been searching for form. A decent knock against Punjab will lift his spirits, but I don't know if it's enough to really contain Bumrah and Trent Bolt, who bowled brilliantly against DC in the death and really saved a game that they were going to lose. Mumbai and SRH are coming in with a lot of momentum leading into this match. It's going to be a very interesting one, because it's crucial for both teams to win this game if they want to keep their qualification hopes alive. It's starting to get to that part of the tournament for these teams, because they've lost a lot of matches initially. For SRH, however, their death bowling seems a little bit better than during the other phases. They have the experienced Harshal Patel, who will be amongst the wickets. If people are playing fantasy, then I would definitely pick Harshal Patel. He's going to get a couple of wickets in this phase, guaranteed. Then you have Mohammad Shami and Pat Cummins. Maybe they don't bowl Mohammad Shami in the death after what happened against Punjab, but Pat Cummins and his cutters are genuinely dangerous, and they're going to be difficult to play. So all said and done, I think I would give MI a pretty good edge of 54-46, only because of the fact that MI have been a fighting team this year, while SRH just haven't. SRH have time and again shown that their tactics don't work away from home. Even at home, sometimes they've refused to change their tactics up when wickets have fallen early. In MI, we know that if you lose a lot of wickets in the first two phases, you can't hit big in the last phase. You have to keep wickets in hand. You have to keep momentum at about 8.5, 9 runs an over consistently until the 14th over. So it's going to be interesting to see how SRH approach this. Will they change their tactics? I don't really think so. But I wanna see how SRH approach this. The only way SRH win this game, I feel like, is if they go out there and really put up a score of about 230 or 240. There's not really any other way, unless Mohammad Shami comes back to form or they outright win the match with the bat. Those are the only two ways. But I don't really see that happening because of the quality of Mumbai's bowling. Especially up front in that first 8 overs where they have Deepak Chahar, Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah and Hardik Pandya. You can't really score too much against them. So if you want to take the aggressive approach, the SRH are going to end up losing at least 2 wickets in the power play. So that was the match analysis. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.